Welcome back, everybody. GosuCup Asia continues now. We have got our semi-final match between Orange Esports and Team Gameware. Orange Esports, well, spoiler alert, they absolutely dominated game number one. It took them exactly 20 minutes to force out the GG call from the Vietnamese squad. And, well, Southeast Asia's finest from Malaysia. Orange Esports is just looking absolutely unbeatable. They're proving that they are basically 2 steps ahead of every other team in this GosuCup and every other team in Southeast Asia right now. I mean, Zenith, you could argue, come close, but right now it just looks like Orange are in another league. They're looking like they're up there on the same level as teams like IG, LGD, LGD, and Team DK. And, well, it's going to be great to see how they do in upcoming tournaments when they actually get to play against those Chinese teams. Let's see how they do here in game number 2. We're going to hop right in, as they are now on the dire side with that second pick. They do prefer being on the dire side. They love that proximity to Roshan. Generally their preferred side to be on. And we'll see how it comes into play here as Gameware. They had the first pick. They banned out the Mag, Batrider. We do see Orange banning out Keeper of the Light as well as the Nyx Assassin and Darks here. He gets snapped up with the first pick for Gameware. So Darks here going to be their hero of choice. Orange, ooh, they really mix things up here. I mentioned they don't play much Luna, and they pick off Luna in their early picks here. First 3 picks, they're going to go for a Luna as their safe lane farmer, I imagine. A hero who can always go as a solo mid, can sort of maybe even play sort of a solo in the safe lane, but very early Luna pick coming out from these guys. Looks like Orange just want to end this fast. This to me is when you pick up the Luna, you're looking to end things fast, not let it draw out, and just sort of take the game as fast as possible. It's a great sort of earliest pushing hero. Gameware going to look to make sure they have a strong trial line, something they lacked last game. So they pick up their 2 supports right off the bat. Shadow Demon and Undying, they're going to leave their main carry, their main solo, to the second stage, because right now they need to make sure that their laning stage works out, because that's where they just got completely demolished by Orange and can really struggle. So they pick up a Shadow Demon and Undying. They'd probably love to get something like a Life Stealer in there to finish off their trial line, but those are the kind of heroes Orange will be looking to ban in this second stage, although they've got 1 more pick left, so Rubik and Luna's there. We may see the Sand King, this Rubik Sand King duo they've been doing time in and time out again. Will it be another Sand King coming out their way, or do we look somewhere different? Look for another offlane hero for KYXY. Look for, well, whatever it may be. They're going to go Lina. They go ultra aggressive here. Rubik, Lina, Luna. That's pretty much their trial line. And that's a scary looking trial line because you've got the bonus damage coming out from Luna's aura, which can go to both Rubik as well as Lina. You've got 3 ranged heroes in that. You've also got a lot of killing power. Telekinesis to set things up, followed by a Lina stun, and then the Luna Lucent Beam. So as far as trial lines go, Gameware, I mean, they're thinking, hey, we've got Shadow Demon Undying, which is a great trial line, but they have not got the killing power of Orange's trial line. So we may even see Orange look to go trial line versus trial line with this if they want to try mix things up here and play a different style. As it looks like, well, we're going to be looking at the next stage of bans here coming from Gameware. They're in a tough position. They've been forced into a game 2 after getting completely destroyed by Orange Esports, and we're going to see whether or not they can bounce back. It's something really tough to do, and when you're versing a team like Orange, it just gets that much tougher for Gameware. A relatively unknown team. They have played in some tournaments over the last year or so. They've used to be playing under the name of WAM, W-A-M, as they're here up against, well, the top dogs in Southeast Asia, Orange Esports. I correct myself, Orange Neolution Esports, as they've added Neolution to their tag. They've partnered up with Neolution, and, well, we're seeing that second stage of bans now. And this is what I'm talking about. Gameware have not had a good chance at checking out Orange's game. They haven't been playing much Nature's Prophet, but they're somewhat worried about it. A hero that Orange used to play a lot of in sort of, I'd say 3 or 4 months ago when Winter was still on the team, or even when Ice was still on the team, they picked a lot of Nature's Prophet. They ran him quite frequently as that offlane hero, but over the course of this GosuCup as well as the SEA League, they have not run much Nature's Prophet, so Gameware have not had the time to do their homework, and it's by no fault of theirs. It's just come down to the format of this cup, and it's something that is going to really come back to bite them. They're not banning out the heroes which Orange are looking to pick up, whereas Orange, Lifesteal would fit very well with Gameware's lineup, and that's why it cops a ban. Queen of Pain now being banned. I do like this ban. That's a hero that Ohio has been playing quite a bit in the mid lane. His 2 heroes that he's played the most is Queen of Pain and Tinker. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tinker ban here towards the end, although judging by the start of this orange lineup, they're kind of looking to go for a heavy push. If anything, they're more likely to pick up something like a Lone Druid for KYXY. KYXY does play a very strong Lone Druid, and they want to go for a sort of heavier pushing style of play. That's where they look to go. The Tinker, I mean, he's got this great sort of teamfight control, and the March of the Machines can be used for those slow, steady sieges, but it doesn't really provide much additional damage for bringing down towers. He's also not that tanky. You need something to be more sort of a frontline tank if you want to go for those early pushes. They need someone to also buy those core items like mech, pipe for their team. Especially the mech is going to be crucial if they want to go for a fast push. So maybe they even go looking for another Beastmaster pick, because none of those first three heroes are really obvious mech buyers. So Windrunner still in the pool, another possibility if they want to have a hero to pick up those utility items to help them go for a fast push. As last couple of bans coming out. So Puck going to be the ban from Gameware. That's as mentioned, another one of those solo mid heroes which a Hayo does play. So I'm okay with this ban. We may be looking at like a lone druid type pick here coming out from Orange. As look at these, the ban on Leshrac and Jakiro. These are two strong anti-pushes with the Lightning Storm from Leshrac, the Ice Path, the Dual Breath, all the AoE from a Jakiro. So they ban out some of the anti-push here, and this to me looks like we could be seeing some strong early 5-man Dota coming out from Orange. Look to push down as many towers as early as possible. They may even go dual carry here, pick up a Shadow Fiend or something as well as a solo mid if they want to run Luna in the tri lane. Plenty of options for them as to how to play this, although they do get sort of some of those token solo mids taken out of the pool with the Puck and Queen of Pain getting banned. Maybe we go back Templar Assassin. It's been a long time since we've had Templar Assassin in play, but that's a hero. That's sort of the hero which made Ohio get known. His Templar Assassin play back with MUFC was what got him on the sort of basically on people's radar as a strong solo mid player. It's a hero we've just seen absolutely not picked at all since Refraction copped a big nerf, but still in the pool here, and still something which Orange could look to run if they want to have that another sort of carry or semi-carry, a good hero to control the flow of the game with. They pick up Bounty Hunter for now, and well, as far as 5-man Dota goes, Bounty Hunter is very proficient at that. So there's your hero for KYXY in the off lane. We're looking at a solo mid hero now for a Hayo. Tinker's still in the pool as well, but I'm wondering what else they may look to go for. I mean, Tinker. Otherwise, we're looking at, well, I guess maybe something like a Beastmaster as a solo mid, but generally not what a Hayo plays. I'd love to see a Panda and Brewmaster, something which MUFC used to run quite a bit, sometimes with a Hayo playing the Brewmaster. A good hero for sieging the enemy base, because he can just go blinking in and force a fight, pop the ultimate. So maybe we see a Brewmaster coming out here. That to me could be one of those key heroes which can sort of cause some issues here for Gameware when it comes to defending. Gameware now with their last pick. They've got their support duo in Shadow Demon Undying. They've got their offlane solo in Darkseer. Gyrocopter can go in the tri-lane or as a solo mid, so they're looking either for a solo mid or some kind of farmer, some kind of carry here to round off their draft. And we'll have to wait and see what that's going to be, as they've got a bit over 30 seconds here for this last pick of theirs, and for them to find a way basically to outmaneuver, outlane Orange Esports, because as far as individual skill goes, Orange Esports pretty much have compiled the best individual plays in every role possible. Although KYXY not known for his offlane play, he's been playing fantastic over the last couple of days. So to beat Orange Esports, so much can come down to the strategy, the draft here, and that's something where you have to look to catch him by surprise. And the Gyrocopter with the Undying, this is something a bit different, something which Orange won't be all that comfortable in. Ooh, last pick Night Stalker, so let's get aggressive. Let's really take it to Orange here, and I'm okay with this. I think this can work out quite well if they can have a decent laning stage. Around that first nighttime period, they can look to take control of this game. Start pushing down tower after tower, especially if Darkseer can get up a fast Arcane Boots and mech maybe. Maybe he doesn't go for Arcane Boots, just a fast mech with a Soul Ring. That can cause Orange some problems here if they start finding themselves basically losing too many kills, losing a couple early towers. They can get pushed back. As well. My screen gets dimmed here. Last pick coming up for Orange though. So where's the solo mid for a Hayo? That's really what we're missing out on here. The last pick, I imagine, unless we see something completely out of the ordinary, like a Rubik solo mid. Well, not out of the ordinary, I should say, but something less common, like a Rubik solo mid for a Hayo. We could be seeing that and then looking for another support, maybe a jungle hero like a Chen for Extinct. Go back to traditional Orange solo play, which is running that jungler. Running something like a Chen or an Enchantress, or even an Enigma in the jungle. Rubik can be played by a Hayo at mid lane. He does like his Rubik solo mid. He played quite a bit of that back in the Asia at the offline, the ACG LAN finals in Malaysia. He played quite a bit of Rubik solo mid, so definitely a possibility, but more likely than not, this is going to be Orange sticking to that traditional Extinct Rubik He played it so well last game. The number of times he got that Spirit Bear stuck up earlier, well, a number of times was 2, but it's one of those things which was just so annoying. Tide Hunter. I think this is a solo mid Tide Hunter. They're sending it mid against the Night Stalker. I think we'll see a higher grabbing that hero. As, well, I'll have to wait and see how they're going to do this. For those of you guys wondering, this is your GosuCup Asia semi-final. One of 2 semi-finals. Orange are taking on Gameware. Your other semi-final is being played at the same time. We've got Myth Trust up against First Departure, I want to say. And that game is over on the ELG2 stream with Sharky and Zyclops. So you can check that game out as we hop ourselves into the game now. Big shout out to the GosuCup sponsors, of course, MSI as well as Gigabyte. I wouldn't actually be casting this game if it wasn't for MSI, as I'm using an MSI laptop, which is, luckily, it's powerful enough to handle this whole stream. Gigabyte have done so much to support the Southeast Asian Dota 1 as well as Dota 2 scene over the last year or two. The GST IDC, the Dota 1 competition, which had a $30,000 prize pool, Gigabyte have really done amazing things to help sort of nurture the professional gaming scene here in Southeast Asia, especially for Dota. And now they're looking to do the same for Dota 2. They've got the GST Dota 2, they're doing the GosuCup, they're going to be doing the GMPGL, which is also going to start doing Dota 2. So it's great to see that kind of dedication coming out from Gigabyte to Dota as a game, as well as esports within the Southeast Asian scene. MSI, a bit newer as far as the Dota scene goes, but here they are with this GosuCup. This is the 5th GosuCup edition, so be sure to show your love to those sponsors. Find them on Facebook. I believe it's facebook.com/IamMSI with Gigabyte. I think you can find various different sites for them. Like you can find the GST page or just the Gigabyte Thailand page, which is sort of where Gigabyte are focused in Southeast Asia. But be sure to let these sponsors know that you're happy about what they do, that you're happy they keep supporting esports, because when they get that kind of reception from you guys, that's when like, hey, the community loved that we did this, and well, hey, maybe we're selling additional products because we sponsored esports events. Let's keep on sponsoring esports events. So it's great when you guys let them know how happy you are they do these events, and you get to have these events like this GosuCup. But looks like the players are ready to go. We can focus on the games now. We have got over on the Radiant side down a game, representing Vietnam. Although the scoreboard may not show that they're down a game. It's slight overlook there from the admin's part, but it is going to be Gameware, formerly known as Wham. We've got NL playing the Gyrocopter. We've got King Yan playing the Shadow Demon. We've got Cold on the Undying. YOLO playing the Night Stalker. And we finally got on the bottom lane Yang Mi playing the Darkseer. The Dire side, the more well-known team, the team who needs no introduction at this point, who've just been steamrolling game after game. We've been following them pretty much throughout this entire tournament. Orange Neolution Esports, we've got KYXY on the Bounty Hunter, Ohio playing the Tide Hunter, Net actually playing the Rubik this time around. That puts Extinct onto the Lina, and then finally the man, the legend, Mushi playing the Luna. Uh-oh. Big 5-man clash is coming. It's going to be a high on the front line. It's going to go for an early point in Gush. He's going to Gush right onto the Shadow Demon. No disruption. Actually comes out in time. First blood right off the bat onto Net, and now it's going to be Gyrocopter, the next target. They're going to have another Gush in just a second here. I believe 2 seconds away. They've got 2 kills. Let's make it 3, possibly even a full team wipe here. That's what they're after. They're just going kill after kill. Undying. Look at his HP. 1200. He's stolen so much with Decay. He got like 2 4-hero Decays here, but it's not going to be enough. 3 kills go the way of Orange Esports right off the bat. They position themselves absolutely perfectly. Crash coming out from the Night Stalker, but oh my gosh, Orange Neolution. What a team fight at level 1. I love Ohio. As soon as he sees Hero, he's like, let's go Gush. He could have gone for an Anchor Smash for some additional damage, but the Gush with the slow, the minus armor, he basically says, this is the hero we focus. Whoever he gushes is who they focus on first. And then the next hero, well, then they don't have another Gush for the second kill, but the third kill, it's like, okay, we got this Gush, that's the guy we focus. They even bring down the Undying, who got off 2 big decays, got himself up to 1200 HP. He doubled his HP, but that's not enough to survive. And Lina in these level 1 clashes, this level 1 team fight for Orange is just ridiculously scary. A Lina AoE stun, Rubik with an AoE stun with the telekinesis, and Mushi, well, he brings all the plus damage, plus 14 damage to all these heroes. Well, I say all these heroes, all these ranged heroes, I believe. Actually, no, sorry, it is all. What am I talking about? It's on a Drow Aura. Drow Aura is ranged heroes. Lunar Blessing is all heroes. Any nearby ally. As it looks like he has reconnected here. It looks like things are ready to get underway here. I say get underway, but we are already well underway with Orange Esports off to a flying start. 900 gold lead. And the XP lead, well, up to 500 as well there. So these heroes getting close to that fast, slightly faster level 2.
I'm grateful to you.
Tide Hunter's going to rotate towards the mid lane. We'll see Bounty Hunter, KYXY going bottom as the offlane solo. And ooh, I don't like this decision from Gameware. They're going offensive trial, and this is going to be really rough for them. Especially when they've given away 3 kills right off the bat. I'm wondering who actually got the first blood. Mushi's got one of these kills. I'm not sure who got the first blood, but looking at the gold, I don't think it was Mushi. Looks like Net. Net has himself 600 gold. It looks like the first blood did go to Net. D-Ward, he saw exactly where this ward was placed. Puts the Observer Ward up there, gets a sentry on the low ground. And now they're going to go back to this trial versus trial, and well, this is going to be tough for them because the range harass from a Rubik as well as Lina, as also all the killing potential they have, is going to be tough to deal with. And we're going to see an early pull coming out. I think Lina just wants to get a fast level 2 here. We'll see Rubik looking for a fast level 2, and I think level 2 is where they can go for some more kills here. They'll have Fade Bolt, they'll have a Dragon Slave as well, and they'll have a lot of killing power to go their way. Well, Darkseid at bottom lane, we're going to see that 1v1 matchup against Bounty Hunter. This is a tough matchup for Bounty Hunter. As Pink's coming out here, another Radiant Ward, probably going to be looking to de-ward this. The first D-Ward did succeed in the lane. And so level 2 now up for both Lina as well as Rubik. Sentry Ward going to come out. Expecting there to be some kind of a ward here, giving some vision here. Not actually the case. And I imagine we're looking at a gank here coming in soon. I think Orange are going to look to get confident. No Tombstone. Undying's still level 1. That's really the big difference here. It's such a level mismatch, especially if Mushi can get himself to level 3. Oh, they are going to go for a telekinesis here, pulling him back. Exing going to get the stun off. No decay being popped as of yet. Mushi needs to change target. Defensive disruption coming out. And now Gyrocopter pops down the rocket barrage. Not going to be enough damage here. Does pop a decay. It looks like he's hit 2. Just a bit of harass and chip damage more than anything there. Mushi now up to level 3. And there's the lane starting to push out. So Orange need to go back to these pulls. Oh, that Sentry Ward. Is that actually out of range? It's actually just out of range, it looks like. Incredibly close. I'm really surprised. It looks like it should be just in range, but it's not the case. Dark's here at bottom lane. Sorry guys, completely like zoning out while watching this Sentry Observer Ward distance, but Dark's here. Gets a kill on Bounty Hunter and survives on about 5 HP it looks like. Definitely a kill I should have caught, but we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's been a long day, and the day's just begun as well. Plenty of more casting coming tonight, as we have also got the We Play Dota 2 Cup and more. This is just your GosuCup Asia. This is your semi-finals. We have the grand finals, I believe, coming up after this. Mushi at top. He's 12 and 3 CS. As there we go. CS chance will come down. Tide Hunter leading the CS chance at mid. A higher. Gone for, well, Boots out. I believe he must have a bottle. I think he's been bottle crowing here, but yeah, he missed that bottom rune, so he sent his bottle back to base with the courier. He needs the continual HP regen. Oh, they're going to find Gyrocopter caught slightly out of position. Defensive disruption once again. This Shadow Demon pick, you can see how it works against this tri lane. This is the one thing keeping them alive in this offensive tri lane. The ability to dodge these Lina stuns. If Orange get aggressive, they always lead off with a Rubik Telekinesis. They need to be careful here. They're going to have Net caught out of position here. Tombstone being dropped here, sort of to just scare these Orange heroes away. Also, perhaps look to force them into it. And they're going to try to focus down this Tombstone now. They're out of range of the zombie spawn. It's going to be Mushi. He's going to get initiated on with the disruption. His team aren't quite in position here. Lina needs to come in with a stun. Going to be enough burst damage. Brings down the Gyrocopter. Pause coming out from Tide Hunter. Oh. Mushi is DC'd. That's what that's all about, as this is a 10 HP Rubik, a range creep, which will do about, he's got minus 10 damage, 13 damage, armor reduction is 9%, he'll still do 11 damage, he's dead unless he magic sticks, like before this projectile here is going to kill him, unless he magic sticks, and if my math is correct, which it should be, we've got a 13 damage reduced by 9%. That's still going to do 12 damage, so this is a very dead looking Rubik, but speaking of dead, Shadow Demon as well as Undying. They've got, well, Undying may be okay here. He's got 10 Magic Stick charges, also can just pop a decay on a couple heroes here. Luna needs to be careful not to overextend going in looking for these kills. A decay with a couple right clicks coming out from this Undying could cause some problems for Mushi, but Lena's there with a stun. I'll have to see if Net can get his way out of this one. This magic stick, this will be close. The problem is, decay is there. I mean, there's no way he can really dodge this decay. If he runs down, the creep wave kills him. If he runs up, well, he's running right into a decay. So I think he's dead regardless, unless Lena can hit like a stun to cancel the decay. Only scenario where he lives, he pops a magic stick before the creeps kill him. Lena stuns the Undying to cancel the decay, and he runs out, gets out of range of the decay. But I would say probability of survival 4% for this Rubik. That stat is coming straight from Statsman Bruno. Magic stick does get popped. Oh. Okay, I'm wrong. Well, the stats were wrong. And Rubik actually going to go back in with a telekinesis. He's looking for this Undying. Undying has a decay. Use it. Okay, he died. I'm claiming that. The stats were right. He did die. Mostly because he went back in foolishly. Undying, he just tanks himself up with all this stolen strength. And now Lena in a bit of trouble. He does actually manage to outplay the Gyrocopter. Runs back into it. Doesn't have boots though. Gyrocopter has a rocket barrage. Could have maybe committed for that. Didn't look to chase with a rocket barrage. And well, 5 for 2 going Orange's way. They lost Rubik. Although it did look like Rubik could have lived there. Bit of a surprise, that's for sure. Undying just was not quick enough with that decay. As mid lane, this is the one here we haven't seen come into play yet, who will be coming into play soon. Night Stalker, he's level 5.5, getting close to that level 6, and once he's got that ultimate, sorry, not the ultimate, sorry, once it's nighttime. Well, of course, his ultimate can turn at nighttime. Whoa, what is this build? Level 1 Void. He's using it to help it last hit. It costs less mana. This is essentially what he's doing. He's lasting with Void, and because it costs less mana at level 1, he's leaving at level 1. Once he goes ganking, then he'll get more points in the Void. Very, very interesting. I kind of like seeing these different kinds of builds because it always shows all these different possibilities you can do. Although you do have to time it right. He misses that last hit with his Void. You still have to time it right. He's going to get the points soon in Void, I imagine. As soon as he starts ganking, he will. But he's not using any to harass this Tidehunter. It's purely for last hitting, and as a result, it's just a level 1 Void. At 1 point, 100 lane. He's actually going to get ganked at mid lane. There's a rotation from Rubik. Tidehunter pops the Ravage. Here comes Undying. Tombstone's going to be dropped here, but he's not going to be able to chase on his own. And if anything, he's going to be giving away zombie gold to this Rubik. Some tasty looking zombies there. Come on, Tidehunter. Nope, doesn't want him. Undying TP's in, but he's too late. Tidehunter blows the Ravage, but it's well worth it for a kill on Night Stalker as we hit nighttime. And he just got the extra points. Put him into the Void. Put a couple in the Hunter of the Night. Gyrocopter's top lane finished off his Tranquil Boots now, but things not looking too good for Gameware once again. Not as bad as they did last game. This top trial lane hasn't gone as terribly as you would have thought maybe. Bottom lane, KYXY and Darkseid, they've sort of gone relatively unnoticed. It's been a slight edge to the Bounty Hunter. Oh, Dust is now up. This is the rotation from Night Stalker coming into play, but KYXY trying to TP out in front of their face. Does have a vacuum up the Darkseid. The early single point in vacuum. Well, this is kind of when you expect to have a point in vacuum. Level 7. You get the 2 in Surge, and then you go for the vacuum at 7, 8, 9. And that pays off. They managed to cancel his TP and get a kill. Night Stalker, the roaming starts to begin. Top lane. Oh, Lena, so smart. Waited for the disruption before stunning, and that secures the kill. The disruption essentially set up the enemy. This is what Lena has to do more of. Wait for the disruption to come, fake stun. Basically, you fake the stun, disruption gets used, and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, you get a free stun anyways. Disruption can set up the stun for you. All you have to do is fake out your stun so that disruption gets blown. And now Tidehunter roams in towards the top lane, finishes off the Shadow Demon, and this could be a tier 1 tower out of this. Mushi, he's got just the 1 point in Lunar Blessing. It looks like he's gone for a point in stats. Yeah, he's gone for 1 point in stats here, so looking to get some extra HP and survivability. Undying's here, going to actually drop the Tombstone. Needs to be very careful. He gets scushed up. Tidehunter has no Ravage though. Anchor Smash is there for him. He's got 4 points in that, so he does do quite a bit of damage with it. Not to mention, useful for dealing with these zombies. Homing Missile going to be flying in here. Looks like Gameware. They want to chase. They want to try to turn things around here. Anchor Smash coming out from a higher, but he gets burst down. Gyrocopter does take a fall as a result, but Mushi's His Eclipse not really doing enough damage here. Night Stalker in the middle of things. He's taking a lot of damage. Lena's coming, looking for a stun. Does get disrupted up. YOLO drops his nuke, and now it's Lena caught in the middle. Drops the Laguna Blade. Not enough damage onto the Night Stalker. Night Stalker still alive. Luna looking for a Lucent Beam. Is going to have the range. Does get it off, and now there's one kill for Mushi. Make it a killing spree. Going to have Rubik finish off the Undying, and now Gyrocopter's come back in, looking to get some more kills for his team. Gyrocopter sort of overextending, perhaps. Rubik has a telekinesis up. We may see him looking for to get an L here. Mushi has a Lucent Beam as well as some additional HP from these Tranquil Boots if not careful. Here comes a higher. One gushable spell, the end of NL. Oh! Just gets out of range there. Net manages to dodge the ultimate of the Gyrocopter, keeps himself alive. Mushi runs down. They all dodge it. And, well, things going from bad to worse for Gameware here at the top lane. They took out a higher, they burst him down, but that's not really going to be enough. He's going for the mech. I mentioned that Orange need a hero to go for that mech. And it's going to be the Tidehunter here, the solo mid Tidehunter. He's going to find himself an Invis rune. He's got Ravage back online, and with that, we look to see Orange look to sort of keep on forcing these fights. If it's top lane where they keep on happening, they'll quite happily do that with this Tidehunter. He can come back in. He'll force heroes mid to defend this tower, but he'll probably start swinging back towards top very shortly again. Farms up the creep wave, and we may see him pop this Invis rune, look to rotate top. Dire Observer Ward here. So, not being spotted by anything except their own ward. He goes high ground here. Maybe... No. Not going to look to do too much with it. It's actually picked up... Well, he's got a Buckler as well as a TP scroll now, so he's going to be going for that mech. Oh, bottom lane. It's going to be Rubik getting picked off here. There's no escape. Tidehunter could TP, but it's not going to save him. And you TP and you're not going to get there in time to Ravage, so unless you predict that and you're there preemptively, you're not getting that kill, but it's mid lane. Orange and the Illusion, they get a revenge kill. And it's a revenge kill on the Gyrocopter, so a much more important kill on the carry hero, pretty much. And Mushi continues to farm at the top lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
As Orange, they're starting to snowball out of control here. One kill becomes 2 or 3, and you can see this gold graph starting to dip, dip, dip. Rotation towards the mid lane now. They do get spotted by Observer Wards, but I don't think Orange are too worried about... Oh, I say that, but I think a higher was actually Invis. He is Invis, but he's getting spotted by a Sentry Ward now. Both Bounty Hunter and Tidehunter are Invis. They're going to get scouted out, but I think Orange are just okay with this. They'll just look to focus on getting the tier 1 tower more than anything. They love to bring Mushi. As soon as they look to go for towers, it's always bring Mushi for him. He gets the extra gold from it, and he basically for the security. They need his DPS. They need his source of damage. Creep wave going to come in, and well, unless they look to really drop a big Gyrocopter ultimate and a Tombstone here, there's no way out of this. Luna actually just going to go charging in with an ultimate. Tidehunter comes down. They take out the Undying before anything can really be dropped here. Gyrocopter needs to be careful. He gets forced back. They want to try to take out this missile before it stuns anyone. Not going to happen. Does hit the Gyrocopter, and it's now in the backlines. Night Stalker going to get focused now. Tide Ravage hits 2 or 3. I say that as if I should know, but I do not know. Lucent Beam going to finish off one more. Gyrocopter goes down. Darkseer buys back, and the entire Gameware team committing to this, and now they were on the high ground. They're getting spotted out by these Shadow Poisons. I think Night Stalker knows if he runs up there, he's running into his own death. Patience was the name of the game for a higher, and he get off a decent Tide Ravage there. It came at the right time. They'd already killed off one, so even though he only had, I think, 2 with it, it was the timing of it that really worked. It was when the fight could have gone badly from all of a sudden. The Tide Ravage suddenly says, nope, no chance for going badly. Gameware, you guys don't stand a chance in this fight. And now Orange find themselves up 18 kills to 7. It only took them 20 minutes last game to finish off Gameware. This game, slightly closer, only a 5k lead for them. We're 12 minutes in, and there's no real ridiculous farm on Mushi's. Well, I say that, he's 6-0-9. His actual farm is quite lacking. Darks is the highest CS in the game with 66 creep kills, so as far as CS goes, Mushi is not doing as well as he normally does, but his kills is insane. He's been in 15 of these 18 kills. He's 6-0-9. Something which is very, very impressive right now. 4-1-7 for our highest Tidehunter. But all in all, this has been, as always, the Mushi show. Top lane, Gyrocopter going to get caught out. Bounty Hunter and Lena teaming up for that one. And they're back to working away on this mid-tier 1 tower. It's going to get down to deny range if they're not careful. Undying runs in. Trying to get this range creep off it. And not deniable yet. Almost wouldn't be one of those cases where they should have let it get deniable. They need to take 7 more points of damage and it gets down to that deny range. But they weren't patient enough. Undying ran in, and now we're going to see Mech coming up on a higher. And with that, well, this team fight for Orange gets that much scarier. You were struggling to get kills before. You're going to struggle even more now with a Mech on the playing field. Bounty Hunter going to go for maybe a BKB for himself. Maybe just a Vlad's here. Don't need to see a Drum of Endurance because you've already got the drums up on Luna. Luna, who's now picked up an ultimate orb. Again, coming in, not going to happen in time. Vacuum! Just a millisecond too late. Luna did not have the Eclipse either. Would have been a level 2 Eclipse. He could have fought his way out of that if he had the ultimate, but he didn't, and now he's going to go into mid lane. They've taken out Shadow Demon. They're looking for more. Track gold is going continuously to orange, and that's one of those things here. They're trading, well, they're not trading kills. They're going for kills rather than farm, and when you've got a bounty hunter, when you've got track on your side, it's the right decision to make in some ways. They don't need to go all out for Mushi as far as a carry, as far as a farm-based game goes. They just want to get kill gold. Bounty hunter actually does go back for a Drum of Endurance now, so they're quite happy to get that. Have a couple on their side, and now they go into the Roshan pit. Ahaya going to tank things up. He's got a mech up. He's also got the Gush, Fade Bolt, all this stuff. Lower Roshan's damage, lower his armor, make him a lot easier to bring down. Mushi goes in the front lines. He's going to tank things up. And they've also got the mech in just a second, which they'll probably use with Mushi and Ahaya, both taking quite a bit of damage. Nope, looks like they're quite happy just to deal with it regardless. And now Aegis into the hands of Mushi.
Immortality.
And Gameware, it's a similar story to last game. They did okay. They sort of flat after that terrible level 1 engagement. They did okay in the top lane, but now things are starting to snowball. This is where Orange really they shine. Their decision making around the sort of the mid game stage, between sort of the 10 to 20 minute mark, is just phenomenal. They know where to push. They know when and where to push. They know when and where to go for kills. They know when to just back off and farm. When to go for Roshan. And now they're going to be looking for some additional kills here. Bounty Hunter, he's got a haste rune up, but doesn't manage to actually get the track off. That's the one thing he's after. He just wants to get track, get some vision of these heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower
Dust in the hands of the Night Stalker, but right now it's daytime, and it's going to be daytime for at least another 60 seconds. And Orange, well, they're looking to start pushing. This is, as soon as they see their opponents playing too defensive that they can't get kills, they don't waste time trying to force the issue going for kills. They just say, okay, we'll go push. We'll group up bottom, get an easy tier 1 tower for Mushi, and tier 2 tower as well. They'll probably continue their pressure here. They've got the Aegis, they've got vision coming out from the track of the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter actually getting some decent farm here at mid lane. He will dodge this missile. And probably look to regroup with his team. Actually, no, we're going to see Rubik getting caught out of position here. Ned. An uncharacteristic mistake there. Completely caught in no man's land. And the Radiant team punish him for that. This ward here on the high ground was the cause of it. We have to see maybe Gameware look to take the fight at bottom lane, especially with Rubik out of the picture. Glyph coming out, it's all signs point to go as Gameware, they want to take this fight 10 seconds before Night Stalker has ultimate. Mushi going to back things off, play things just a bit safer for the time being. Bounty Hunter's coming in with a DD rune, and once the track's on play, and once Bounty Hunter can maybe look to bring down one of these supports ultra fast, then things can get a little easier. Oh, they're smoked up. They have Dust here, they'll have to immediately pop this. Oh no. They need a Dust. Dust soon. They haven't actually dusted. They dusted. Ooh, just a bit too late here. I think Bounty Hunter may be okay. He needs some track movement speed. Tied with a huge ravage. Hits all 4 of them. And now Gameware just going to drop like flies. One by one, they all fall down. Shadow Demon and Night Stalker so low. Night Stalker with the movement speed. The only one left alive. GG call from Kim Yang. This time it only took 16.5 minutes. Last game it took 20. But Orange Esports absolutely destroy the Vietnamese side. It was just a bit too easy for him here. Mushi gets himself up to 6-0 and 13. A flawless game from him, and all around, Orange Esports just looks so good here as they take a 2-0 win in the GosuCup semi-finals. They're going to be going on to the grand finals. They're yet to be tested here. They are completely undefeated. They've had such a breeze getting their way through this bracket. They have not been... I say they haven't been tested. We've been following them throughout this entire bracket. I think I've casted every single one of their matches. I think there may have been one which I didn't cast. No, I have casted all of their matches, and they've had pretty much one-sided stomps every single game. They've had some exciting ones, but, well, for the most part, it's just been a bit too easy for them, and, well, here they are in the grand finals without breaking a sweat. We're going to see them go up against Myth Trust or First Departure in the grand finals, so the grand finals will be a hell of a lot tougher, I imagine, but we'll have to see whether or not anyone has what it takes to defeat them. I'm Gods. at BTS Golds on Twitter. Be sure to follow me. But that was a very convincing performance from Orange Esports. You can find those guys on Facebook and Twitter as well. Orange Esports, Dota on Facebook. You can search for them. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Big shout out to MSI as well as Gigabyte, our 2 sponsors for the GosuCup Asia. We'll be back soon, guys, with more GosuCup Asia action in no time at all. Grand finals coming up soon.